Hi, I recently spoke to you about the importance of planning and preparing a business rationale when it comes to considering making redundancies or looking at various headcount reduction exercises that you may well need to do within your business at the moment. We spoke about the importance of having that business reason that you can discuss with employees that you may be putting at risk, that stays objective, stays related to the business rather than the person, and enables a smoother process all the way through for both you as the business owner and for the employees concerned as well. I wanted to take a couple of moments today to talk to you about the next stage in the process, which would be to identify the pool of people that you will be placing at risk of redundancy. And it is termed a pool when we're talking about redundancy scenarios. And it's just the group of people from which employees will be selected for redundancy. And when you are compiling that group, the things that you will need to take into consideration will be things like people that are doing very similar work, very similar jobs would be pooled together. People that work in the same departments or similar departments doing similar work would go into a pool together. People that perhaps work within the same location and that location requires some kind of headcount reduction, or simply where the work has ceased and all the people that this concerns fall under that category, that there simply isn't enough work to go around for the amount of people that you have. Once you have identified that pool, the next stage that you would go into is something called the consultation period. And I shall talk to you about that in the next video, because I want to give you some advice on how to run that fairly, reasonably, and certainly within your obligations as an employer. And that does vary depending on the size of your organisation. Clearly, it's much simpler if you have less than 20 employees than it is if you're a much larger organisation, as you would expect. And I'll talk you through the key stages in that and the way to do that effectively. But the other thing that you might want to think about in the meantime is whether you seek any volunteers for redundancy. There may well be people within your organisation for whom redundancy is a good option for them at the moment for a multitude of reasons. And if you can get through your headcount reduction plan by having some voluntary redundancies and having a voluntary redundancy package in place for those people, then again, that can help you run through a smoother process, and a less troubling process for the people that are at risk who perhaps would rather not be being made redundant. That goes without saying. So we'll talk to you next time about the consultation period, which is absolutely key to get right as an employer. But in the meantime, have a think about that pool, have a think about grouping those people together that have similarities in their job and their demand and how those things have changed at the moment. And then we'll talk about the consultation period next time. Again, you may well have not needed to seek outside help with your HR or with your people up until now, and you wouldn't be alone in that. So please do give us a shout if you think we can help you with anything, or if you'd like to bend our ear and chat through some scenarios and see if it's something we can support you with, then please get in contact with the link that's with this video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.